It's rare for one of the most private figures in rap to lower his defenses. However, in his new documentary, Stands, Eminem reveals a more authentic side, moving beyond his bravado, clever lyrics, and alter egos to present a genuine portrayal of Marshall Mathers, the person behind the legend. While Eminem's music has long been candid, his personal life has remained a mystery. Now that mystery is unveiled, revealing both uncomfortable and compelling truths. The film doesn't merely explain who he is, it allows viewers to truly feel it. Welcome to Celebrity Cookies, where the tea is always hot and the stories come with sprinkles of surprise. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment with your take on the story. Scheduled for release in theaters on Thursday, August 7th, the documentary avoids a polished, public relations-friendly depiction of the rapper's life. Instead, it plunges into the complexities, vulnerabilities, and the moments that most artists would prefer to keep hidden. At its heart, Stands explores the intricate relationship between an artist and his fans, a dynamic Eminem has navigated with a mix of appreciation and discomfort since his rise to fame in the late 90s. From the opening scene, the tension between Eminem's success and the sacrifices it entails is palpable. The title, Stands, references his 2000 hit song Stan, featuring Dido, which tells a haunting story of an obsessed fan whose fixation leads to tragedy. This song not only became a hit, but also established a cultural term. Today, calling someone a stan signifies an overly enthusiastic supporter of a celebrity. In this film, Eminem reflects on the real-life implications of inspiring such intense devotion, and it's not always flattering. The cameras follow Eminem around his Detroit home during studio sessions and in quiet moments, creating a portrait of a man who is both in command and troubled by the chaos that fame has introduced into his life. He shares his feelings about his fans with a blend of gratitude and wariness. While he appreciates the millions who resonate with his lyrics, there's a darker side to this admiration. In one of the documentary's most intense and unsettling scenes, he recounts a frightening experience with fans while out with his daughter, Haley Jade. This wasn't just a simple meet and greet that went awry. It highlighted the dangers of blurred boundaries when an idol becomes an object of obsession rather than a person. You can see the discomfort in Eminem's expression as he shares the story, the way he shifts in his seat. For someone who has spent years honing his words into powerful tools, this display of vulnerability feels unique. It's not scripted, nor is it part of a rap battle, it's simply a raw truth. However, Stands is not solely focused on the fans. The film's most emotionally impactful moments arise when Eminem discusses his addiction, not just briefly, but with a depth rarely seen from someone of his stature. While he has previously addressed his struggles, this time he offers a raw account: the loneliness, the depression, and the cycle of self-destruction. There's no glamorizing it or creating a rock star myth. He candidly shares how his reliance on prescription pills became a daily habit and ultimately pushed him to the edge. One particularly striking moment is when Eminem recounts his overdose and its aftermath. The camera captures his expression as he reflects on waking up and realizing he had to relearn how to walk, talk, and most painfully, how to rap again. For an artist known for his rapid-fire delivery and sharp lyrics, losing that ability felt like losing a part of himself. "My writing had gotten terrible," he confesses, but when he regained his creative spark, it was like oxygen flooding a starved body. It was exhilarating. I felt it. I was having conversations with people or the TV, and ideas were coming to me quickly, allowing me to write songs at a fast pace. This resurgence in creativity led to his 2009 album, Relapse. Ideally, it should have marked a triumphant comeback after overcoming his struggles. However, the reality was different. The album received a mixed response. Its dark humor and self-deprecating tone didn't resonate as he had hoped, and the fans who once admired him seemed less impressed. This disappointment prompted a change in his outlook. In the film, Eminem remarks, "It turned the light on. You need to do something different. Why not try embracing sobriety?" In that moment, his bravado fades, giving way to a quiet self-assurance. He describes sobriety not as a burden, but as a superpower, something he can take pride in. For him, the decision was about survival rather than image, and the pride he feels in that choice seems well-deserved. The documentary also chronicles Eminem's evolution from performing battle raps in gritty Detroit venues to selling millions of albums globally. Archival footage showcases a determined young artist armed with a pen and notebook, driven by ambition. However, intertwined with his success story is a darker narrative about the toll of being the center of obsessive attention. Letters from fans are read aloud, some heartfelt and others unsettling. One particular letter stands out. "Our psychic connection is so strong I sometimes think you're God. I love listening to you and pretending we're friends." This kind of message might seem innocuous until you recall the song that gave rise to the term stan. The line between admiration and obsession is incredibly thin, and Eminem has navigated that boundary for over 20 years. The visual style of Stans reflects its subject, raw, moody, and at times jarring. One moment, you're in the present watching Eminem reflect on his past. The next, you're thrust back into grainy footage of him as a young, struggling rapper, already a formidable presence. This contrast makes the film feel less like a straightforward biography and more like a psychological exploration. There are also lighter moments, clips of Eminem joking in the studio, playfully teasing collaborators, and laughing at old interviews where his younger self seemed ready to take on the world with just his rhymes and a grin. Yet, even these moments carry a sense of gravity, suggesting that the man laughing now is not the same as the one who laughed back then. He has experienced too much. One of the most impactful aspects of the documentary is its treatment of silence. There are lengthy pauses in Eminem's interviews where he appears to carefully choose his words. Sometimes, he even abandons his thoughts entirely, gazing into the distance before resuming. These silences communicate as much as his spoken words. Fans looking for a nostalgic journey might be taken aback. While Stans does touch on the hits, tours, and controversies, these elements serve more as background noise compared to the personal insights shared. The emphasis is less on Slim Shady, the provocatively offensive alter ego, and more on the human being who created him as both a shield and a weapon. Towards the conclusion of the film, Eminem speaks directly to the camera, addressing every fan, casual listener, and critic who has ever formed an opinion about him. He neither apologizes for his past nor shies away from it. This balance of taking responsibility while being defiant is what has made him a captivating figure in music for over 2 decades. The final scenes are subdued, lacking any dramatic music or triumphant moments. Instead, we see Eminem in his studio, surrounded by notebooks with soft beats playing in the background. He appears satisfied but not complacent, as if his current struggle is less about achieving chart success and more about preserving the peace he has fought hard to attain. Stans is not merely a documentary about a rapper. It delves into the price of fame, the fragility of identity, and the complicated relationship between artists and their admirers. It explores themes of addiction, recovery, and how art can both uplift and destroy. By sharing his story candidly, Eminem reveals himself in a way he rarely has before, without any facade. The release on August 7 signifies more than just another entry on the promotional schedule. It offers a glimpse into a world Eminem has largely kept private throughout his career. Whether you've been a fan since the Slim Shady LP or have only come to know him through cultural references, Stans offers a unique opportunity, an honest, unfiltered insight into one of music's most intricate personalities, at a point in his life where the true triumph lies not in record sales, but in surviving to share his journey. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on this story.